Hey everybody, Jeremy here, and today I have another Dragon Ball Z figure to show you. This, once again, is from Banpresto, and this is an 8.3-inch Bardock statue. Got this guy from Amazon.com, and at the time, I got him for around $30-ish. At this point in time, if you were to look on Amazon for him, you might find him for $30, you might find him for $35. Prices there seem to fluctuate lately, but you should get them somewhere around that price range. Now, the interesting thing about this Bardock statue is that it is a part of a two-piece set. The other statue is of Goku in Super Saiyan form, and the idea is you're supposed to take this Bardock and place him alongside the Goku, and then it's going to look like they're either battling against each other or battling together. They're both of the same scale. They both come with these display stands here, and they both are posed in a very dynamic action pose, and that's the whole point of this stand here. There are two different pegs that are on Bardock, that are on the stand rather, that go into Bardock. One of the pegs is located on his foot, like right there, and then this little stand here, it comes with it, and it comes in three different pieces. You have the regular base right here, and then you have these two little pillars here that plug into Bardock's feet. So you have one right there, and then you have the other one that plugs into the side. And once you figure out how to orientate that properly, you're going to be able to stand him up, and man, does he look good when he is all posed up. I really like the battle damage details on this Bardock statue. Everything from the way that his pant legs here are busted out, the tattered cloth down here on his lower leg and shins, his Saiyan armor being cracked all over. There's little cracks around like the bottom here, and of course near the chest, that's all cracked. And on his wristbands there, they're all tattered and worn. And then he's got scratches all over his body. You can see like these tic-tac-toe like marks all around Bardock. And it just signifies some very heavy battle damage. And there's even some blood sprinkled in there, little blood drops that's coming down from Bardock's arms. Another thing I really like about this is the coloration of Bardock's skin. And I think that they did a really good job on that. It's not pure white, it's not tan. There's a very really accurate flesh tone to this. And I think that came out really well, as well as Bardock's hair. You know, with the Akira Toriyama Dragon Ball Z animated characters, one of the things that stands out the most, especially in the Saiyan race, is the hair. And you have got to have the spiky hair done right, otherwise it just won't look right. And Bardock's hair looks absolutely phenomenal. As well as his facial expression and the way that his hands are. Take a look at the way that his hands are and the way that his fingers are positioned. You know, it really looks like he's getting ready to do some stuff, and then it's almost like in this hand here, in his right arm here, his hand is held out in a palm. You can think that maybe he's conjuring up some sort of fireball, or maybe he's just taking off flying, and that's just the way his hand is right there. You know, whatever you want it to be, but it is absolutely great. And I love how we can even see his palm prints and his fingerprints as well on this figure. Little tiny details like that really add up. It's the thing that if it wasn't there, you would notice it. May not know exactly what you're missing, but you'll know that something's not quite right. And just by adding those little details, it brings out the best in this statue, and I think that is really good. Now, the other interesting thing about this Bardock statue, I really love his muscle definition. All of these curvature textured lines all throughout his body to signify, you know, how buff he is. May not be very strong compared to the Saiyans, modern Saiyans, but hey, he's still a pretty buff guy. And he still has his tail. Now, the tail is still made up of the same type of plastic as the rest of the body. The tail is wrapped around his waist. You can't remove it. It's not cloth or anything like that, but I love the fact that he does have that tail, so that is really cool. And I'm just happy with this statue. You know, overall, I think they did a really great job with it. And as far as this line of Banpresto statues go, some of the larger statues in this series that are the 8 inches and up, I feel that Bardock is a underrated character. Of course, you want to get Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan Gohan and Super Saiyan Vegeta and Frieza and more popular villains, especially Broly. But Bardock is kind of just down there. You know, he's low tier. You know he's Goku's father, but you don't spend a lot of time with him in the actual show. He's not a strong character at all, just as far as his power level or anything else. So statues of him may tend to get overlooked because, in my opinion, he's not a very desirable character to have. But just as far as the quality goes of having a statue of him, I think it's fantastic, especially at this price that will cost you perhaps under $30. And if you can get the other Goku statue to go along with this, oh my goodness, will they look great post. I actually regret not getting that Goku statue when I had a chance, because I could have got both of these guys for about $60 shipped the very next day. That just goes to show that when you wait, prices go up. And now that Goku statue that I'm talking about, last time I've seen it, it costs about $43. So price has gone up on him. So it's not a good idea to wait on these guys, especially these Dragon Ball Z figures, these statues. I've seen them fluctuate in price so much, there's no telling when they'll go back down or the lowest that you can get them for, so just go for it. One last thing before I close out the video, the paint, in case you're wondering how the paint is on this guy, it's great. It's really, really great. Cannot complain about this paint at all. If you look very, very closely, I'm sure you can nitpick a couple of things, but, you know, in the grand scheme of things, the paint is immaculate. Very, very fantastic job. Banpresto makes some really nice statues, and this is no exception. So I got another figure that I'm going to be reviewing in this line, and it is of Vegeto, who also stands like around 10 inches, somewhere in that ballpark. So look out for that video as well. If you want to see that video, make sure that you subscribe, because I am going to be posting that video very soon, and I will be posting other videos of other interesting things that I see and or get in the very near future. I'm currently staring at a Toys R Us $5 rewards card, which I am probably going to use to buy something as soon as I can convince myself what it is I want to buy. So that's all for this review, guys, and thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I'm Jeremy, and I will talk to you later.